Joshua. Chapter 6. Jericho's gates were shut and barred because of the Israelites. Nobody was allowed in or out. But the Lord told Joshua, "I'm handing over the city of Jericho to you, along with its king and its army of warriors. March around the city with your armed men once a day for 6 days. 7 priests are to go ahead of the ark, each carrying a ram's horn. On the 7th day, march 7 times around the city, with the priests blowing their ram's horns. When you hear a long blast on the ram's horns, everyone shall give a really loud shout. The city walls will collapse, and every man can go right in." So Joshua, son of Nun, sent for the priests and told them, "Pick up the Ark of Agreement and have 7 priests carry 7 ram's horns and go ahead of the Ark of the Lord." Then he told the people, "Move out. March around the city with the armed men up front ahead of the Ark of the Lord." When Joshua finished speaking to the people, the 7 priests carrying the 7 ram's horns in the presence of the Lord started out, blowing the horns, with the ark following behind. Some of the armed men marched ahead of the priests blowing the horns, while some followed the ark, the horns being blown continually. However, Joshua ordered them, "Don't shout, don't even talk. Don't say anything until I tell you all to shout, then shout." So the ark of the Lord was carried around the city, circling it once. Then they returned to the camp and spent the night there. Joshua got up early in the morning, and the priests picked up the ark of the Lord. The 7 priests with the 7 ram's horns went ahead of the ark of the Lord, blowing the horns. The armed men went before them and behind the ark of the Lord, the horns being blown continually. So on the 2nd day they marched around the city, circling it once, and returned to the camp. They did this for a total of 6 days. On the 7th day they got up at dawn and marched around the city in the usual way, except that this day they circled the city 7 times. The 7th time around, when the priests blew the horns, Joshua told the people, "Shout. For today the Lord has given the city to you. The city and everything in it is to be set apart for the Lord and destroyed. Only Rahab the prostitute and all those with her in her house shall be spared, because she hid the spies we sent. But stay away from everything set apart for the Lord, for if you were to take anything, you too would be liable to be destroyed, and you would also bring disaster on the camp of Israel. All the silver and the gold, and everything made of bronze and iron, are holy to the Lord, and they must be placed in the Lord's treasury." So as soon as they heard the sound of the horns, the people gave a loud shout, and the city walls collapsed. The men went in right away and captured the city. They destroyed everything in the city, men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep, and donkeys, all were killed by the sword. Joshua had told the 2 men who had gone to explore the land, "Go to the house of Rahab the prostitute and bring her out together with all her family, as you promised." So the spies went and brought out Rahab, her father and mother, and all who were with her. They brought out the whole family and took them to a place near the Israelite camp. Then the Israelites burned down the city and everything in it, except for the silver and the gold, and everything made of bronze and iron, which they placed in the treasury of the Lord's house. Joshua spared Rahab the prostitute and her family because she hid the men Joshua had sent to spy out Jericho. And she lives among the Israelites to this day. At that time Joshua declared a curse, saying, "Cursed before the Lord is anyone who attempts to rebuild this city of Jericho. He lays its foundation at the cost of his firstborn son. He sets up its gates at the cost of his youngest son." So the Lord was with Joshua, and his fame spread throughout the land. Joshua. Chapter 7. However, the Israelites had not been faithful regarding those things set apart for the Lord. Achan had taken some of them, which made the Lord very angry with the Israelites. Achan was the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah. Joshua sent men from the camp near Jericho to the town of Ai, which is near Bethaven, east of Bethel. "Go and explore the land," he told them. So they went and explored around Ai. When they returned, they told Joshua, "The whole army isn't needed. 2,000 or 3,000 men is enough to go and attack Ai. Don't bother sending everyone, there's only a few of them." So around 3,000 men went to fight, but they were beaten by the men of Ai and they ran away. The men of Ai killed about 36 of them, chasing the Israelites from the town gate until they were defeated, killing them on their way down. At this the Israelites became afraid, losing all their courage. Joshua ripped his clothes and fell down with his face to the ground in front of the ark of the Lord until the evening. The elders did likewise, and he and the elders threw dust on their heads. Joshua cried, "Why, oh why, Lord God, did you bring us across the Jordan River only to hand us over to the Amorites for them to destroy us? We should have been satisfied to stay on the other side of the Jordan. Excuse me, Lord, but what can I say now that Israel has turned tail and run away from its enemies? The Canaanites and everyone living in the land will come and surround us and wipe us out so completely that even our name will be forgotten. Then what will happen to your great reputation?" But the Lord replied to Joshua, "Stand up. What do you think you're doing lying on your face like that? Israel has sinned and has broken my agreement that I ordered them to keep. They have taken some of the things set apart for me. They have acted dishonestly. They have hidden the stolen items with their own belongings. That's why the Israelites can't stand up to their enemies. That's why they turn and run from their enemies and have themselves become set apart for destruction. You will not be able to stand against your enemies until you have removed from among you those things set apart for destruction. Get up and make sure the people are pure. Tell them, make yourselves purer in readiness for tomorrow, because this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says, there are things set apart for me that are hidden among you, Israel. You will not be able to stand against your enemies until you remove all of them. In the morning, you will come forward, tribe by tribe. Whichever tribe the Lord chooses will come forward clan by clan. The clan that the Lord chooses will come forward family by family. The family that the Lord chooses will come forward man by man. The one who is caught with what was set apart for destruction will be burned by fire, along with all that is his, for he broke the Lord's agreement and committed a terrible act in Israel. Joshua got up early the next morning and called Israel forward, tribe by tribe. The tribe of Judah was chosen. The clans of Judah came forward and the Zerahites were chosen. The clan of Zerahites came forward, and the family of Zabdi was chosen. The family of Zabdi came forward, and Achan, son of Carmi, son of Zabdi, son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was chosen. Joshua said to Achan, "My son, honor the Lord, the God of Israel, and confess. Tell me what you have done. Don't hide it from me. It's true." Achan replied, "I have sinned against the Lord, the God of Israel. This is what I did. Among the plunder I saw a beautiful cloak from Babylonia, 200 shekels of silver, and a bar of gold weighing 50 shekels. I really wanted them, so I took them. They're hidden in the ground inside my tent, with the silver buried deeper." Joshua sent men who ran over to search the tent. They found what had been hidden, with the silver buried deeper. The men took the things from the tent and brought them to Joshua and all the Israelites. Then they spread them out before the Lord. Then Joshua, with all the Israelites, took Achan, the son of Zerah, the silver, the cloak, and the bar of gold, together with his sons and daughters, his cattle, his donkeys, his sheep, and his tent, everything he had, and brought them to the valley of Achan. Then Joshua said to Achan, "Why did you bring so much trouble down on us? Today the Lord will bring trouble down on you." All the Israelites stoned Achan. Then when they had stoned the rest, they burned their bodies. They set up a great pile of stones over him, which remains to this day. The Lord was no longer angry. This is why the place was called the Valley of Achan ever since. Joshua. Chapter 8. The Lord said to Joshua, "Don't be afraid or downhearted. Take all the fighting men with you and attack Ai, for I'm handing over to you the king of Ai, his people, his town, and his land. You will do to Ai and its king what you did to Jericho and its king. However, this time you may keep for yourselves the plunder and the livestock. Set up an ambush behind the town." So Joshua and all the people got ready to attack Ai. He chose 30,000 of his best fighting men and sent them out at night. He ordered them, "You lie in ambush behind the town, not far away. All of you need to be ready. When I and the rest of the men with me approach the town, the defenders will run out to attack us just like before, and we'll run away from them. They'll chase after us as we draw them away from the town, because they'll say to each other, they're running away from us just like before. While we're running away from them, you will get up from your ambush positions and take the town, for the Lord God will hand it over to you. Once you've captured the town, set it on fire, as the Lord has instructed. Now follow your orders." Joshua sent them out, and they went to lie in ambush between Bethel and the west side of Ai. But that night Joshua stayed with the people in the camp. Early the next morning Joshua got up early and gathered the people and went up to attack Ai, accompanied by the elders of Israel. All the fighting men who were with him approached the front of the town and camped there on the north side, with a valley between them and Ai. He took about 5,000 men and had them lying in ambush between Bethel and Ai, to the west of the town. So the army took up their positions, the main army to the north of the town, and the ambush to the west. Joshua went that night to the valley. As soon as the king of Ai saw the situation, he and all his men rushed out early in the morning to attack the Israelites where they had before, at a place overlooking the Jordan Valley. He didn't know about the ambush waiting on the other side of the town. Joshua and the Israelites allowed themselves to be driven back and ran away in the direction of the wilderness. All the men of the town were called out to chase after them, and as they pursued Joshua, they were drawn farther from the town. There wasn't a man left in Ai and Bethel who didn't go out to chase the Israelites. They left the town wide open as they pursued the Israelites. Then the Lord told Joshua, "Hold up the spear in your hand and point it at Ai, because I'm giving it to you." So Joshua held up the spear in his hand and pointed it at the town. As soon as they saw this signal, the men lying in ambush got up and rushed into the town. They captured it and quickly set it on fire. When the men of Ai looked back, they saw the smoke rising up into the sky from the town. They had nowhere to run to, because the Israelites who had been running away towards the wilderness now turned on their pursuers. For when Joshua and the Israelites saw that the ambush group had captured the town, and that smoke was rising from it, they turned around and attacked the men of Ai. The men from the ambush also came from the town and attacked them, so they were caught on the middle, with the Israelites on both sides. The Israelites cut them down, not a single man survived or got away. Only the king of Ai was captured alive, and he was brought before Joshua. When the Israelites had finished killing the men of Ai who had chased them towards the wilderness, once they had all been cut down by the sword, the whole Israelite army returned to the town and killed everyone living there. Those who were killed that day numbered 12,000, men and women, all the inhabitants of Ai. For Joshua had continued to hold up his spear until all the people of Ai had been destroyed. Only the livestock and plunder were taken from the town by the Israelites, as the Lord had instructed Joshua. So Joshua burned the town of Ai, making it permanently into a heap of ruins where no one lives to this very day. He killed the king of Ai and hung his body on a tree until evening. When the sun went down, Joshua ordered the body taken down. They threw it down in front of the entrance to the town gate and piled a heap of rocks over it, which is still there today. Then Joshua built an altar on Mount Ebal for the Lord, the God of Israel. He did what Moses, the servant of the Lord, had told the Israelites to do, as recorded in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of uncut stones, which no one has worked with iron tools. On the altar they made burnt offerings and friendship offerings to the Lord. There in the presence of the Israelites, Joshua inscribed on the stones a copy of the law of Moses. All the Israelites, the elders, the officers, and the judges stood in two groups facing each other, with the priests, the Levites, and the Ark of the Lord's agreement between them. Included were the foreigners as well as the native-born. Half of them stood in front of Mount Gerizim, and half in front of Mount Ebal, just as Moses had ordered, for the blessing of the people this first time. Then Joshua read out the whole law, all the blessings and curses recorded in the book of the law. Joshua read out every word of Moses' instruction to the whole Israelite assembly, including the women, the children, and the foreigners who lived among them. Joshua